You studied English grammar for years. You know tenses, you know rules. But when someone speaks English in front of you, your mouth is silent. Why?
आप सब जानते हैं लेकिन बोल नहीं पाते. क्यों?
That's silence. I mean, that freezing moment, it is the most frustrating feeling in the world, isn't it?
It really is.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are not just talking about English. We are talking about you. We're talking about why you, personally, feel so stuck.
It's a very emotional topic, a really emotional one, because when you can't speak, you feel like you're failing.
Exactly. You feel like a failure.
But today, we want to tell you something very important. You are not failing. The method, the way you learned, that's what failed you.
The method failed me. I like hearing that. We've looked at a lot of sources for this. We're looking at psychology, how the brain learns, and we're going to explain something we're calling the grammar gap.
And this is for that person who has the books on the shelf, the person who, passed the English exam in school.
Yeah, got good marks.
Got good marks.
Yeah.
But is the person who stays quiet in the meeting.
That is me. 100%. And I know that's so many of our listeners. I really want to act as the learner today because I feel this pain. I have the books. I have the vocabulary apps. I can write a perfect email. But face to face, I freeze. My mind just goes blank.
You ask yourself, is something wrong with my brain?
Yes. Every time. I think, am I not smart enough for this? Why can other people do this and I can't?
And I want to stop you right there, because that's the first thing we need to clear up. There is absolutely nothing wrong with your brain. You are not broken.
So it's not an intelligence problem.
Not at all. It's a problem of category. You're trying to use the wrong part of your brain for the job. And that's what we mean by the grammar gap.
Okay, let's go deep into this. What is this gap? What does that actually mean?
So think about your brain for a second. We have, broadly speaking, two types of memory. One is for facts. The other one is for skills.
Facts versus skills.
Okay, yes. So knowing the rules of English, subject, verb, object, all of that, that's a fact. It's like knowing the capital of a country. We call it declarative memory. It's just information.
Okay. So my grammar book is full of that. It's full of information.
Exactly. But speaking is not information. Speaking is a physical action.
A physical action.
It's a skill. It belongs to procedural memory.
Procedural. Like a procedure.
Exactly. Like riding a bicycle or swimming or playing cricket.
Oh, I like the cricket example. Let's use that.
Okay, cricket. Imagine you go out and buy a book. A big, thick book called How to Play Cricket.
Okay.
You read every single page. You memorize all the rules. You know exactly how the ball is supposed to move, the physics of it. But you never pick up a bat. You never go to the field.
Right. I'm just in my room reading.
You're just reading. And then one day, you walk out of the pitch for a big game. What happens?
Oh, I'm out on the first ball, for sure. I have no reflexes, no muscle memory.
Exactly. Because you trained your fact brain, your information brain, but you actually needed your skill brain.
So studying grammar is like reading the cricket book, but speaking English is playing the actual match.
Yes, that is the gap. You are stuck in the library reading the rules, but you need to be in the gym building the muscle.
That is such a clear way to see it. It's a completely different activity.
Padh na alak hai, bol na alak hai. Study is different. Speaking is different.
Padh na alak hai, bol na ale. I think for years I confused the two. I genuinely thought if I just studied harder, if I read one more grammar book, I would magically start speaking better.
And that's like reading the cricket book again and again and hoping you become a better player. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
You have to change the method. And today, we're going to look at the 5 big reasons you're stuck in this gap. The 5 walls that are stopping you from speaking.
I am ready. I really want to break these walls. So What's the first one?
Well, the first reason is probably the biggest. It's the fear of mistakes.
Oh, this is the big one. The fear. It's physical for me.
In psychology, there's a famous linguist, Stephen Krashen, and he talks about something called the affective filter.
That sounds very technical. What's an affective filter?
It's actually really simple. Think of it like a wall inside your brain.
Okay, a wall.
When you are happy, confident, and relaxed, the wall is down. Information comes in, words come out. You can learn, you can speak.
Makes sense.
But when you are scared, when you are nervous or anxious, that wall goes up, the filter goes up, and it blocks your brain. So even if you know the English words,
they can't get out.
They cannot get out.
Yeah.
Because that wall of fear is in the way.
This explains so much because when I'm alone in my room, I can think of the words, but the second my boss walks in, the wall goes up and my mind is just empty.
Exactly. Stress makes you forget what you know.
Hmm.
Where does this stress come from? I mean, why are we so afraid of making a mistake in English?
I think I know. It comes from school, doesn't it?
It comes from the red pen.
The red pen. Wow, I just got a flashback of my English notebooks.
Tell me, what happened when you made a grammar mistake in school?
Oh, the teacher would circle it in red ink, sometimes with a big X next to it. Maybe they'd, scold me in front of the entire class. It was embarrassing.
We were trained from a young age to believe that mistakes are dangerous, that mistakes are bad, we think. Mistake equals punishment. Mistake means I am stupid.
So now, 20 years later, I'm an adult in an office. But when I try to speak English, I'm still that scared child in the classroom waiting for the red pen.
You're waiting for a teacher who is not even there.
Yeah.
And so you choose silence because silence is safe. If you don't speak, you can't make a mistake.
Yeah. No one can circle your silence with a red pen. I have a perfect example of this. Sometimes I just want to ask a simple question like, how are you? But my brain just freezes. I start thinking, wait, is it who are you? No, that's rude. Is it how you do? No, that's wrong grammar. And my mind just gets stuck in this loop.
And while you were thinking all of this,
the moment passes and I just stay quiet. I just smile and nod because I'm so worried that if I say the wrong thing, people will laugh at me.
and that is the fear talking. But I need you to listen to me very carefully now. In real life, mistakes are not bad.
They aren't.
No, mistakes are necessary. They're essential. Think about a baby learning to walk.
Okay.
The baby stands up, and then what happens?
The baby falls down a lot.
Many, many times. Does the mother shout at the baby? Does she say, "You are stupid, you fell down again"?
Oh, of course not. She claps. She encourages them. She says, get up, try again.
Exactly. Falling is how you learn to walk. And speaking wrong is how you learn to speak right. You cannot learn without making the mistake.
So I have to be willing to fall down a little bit, to look a little foolish.
Yes. You have to embrace the mistake.
Yeah.
Galti se mataro. Do not fear the mistake.
Galti se mataro. I need to write that down. The mistake is my friend.
The mistake is your teacher.
Okay, that's a huge one. Reason number 1 is fear. What's reason number 2?
Okay, reason number 2. This is the translation trap.
Ugh, the translation trap. I think this is what makes my brain feel so slow.
It is exactly why you feel like your brain is a slow, old computer.
Okay, walk me through it. How does this trap work?
Okay, let's look at the process. Imagine I ask you a simple question in English. Where are you going?
Okay, I hear the sound. Where are you going?
Now, what is the very first thing that happens in your head?
Well, I take those English words and I bring them into the Urdu part of my brain. I have to translate. I say to myself, Ap kahan jarahan.
Okay, step 1 is done. Now you understand the question. Now you need to answer. What's next?
I think of the answer in Urdu first. It's automatic. I think main office, jarahun.
Okay, now what?
Now the really slow part starts.
Okay.
I have to become a translator. I take main and I have to find the English word. I take jarahun and I think, okay, that's am going. Office is just office. Then I have to put them in the right order. I'm going. Did the office.
And then finally you speak.
Yes.
How much time did that take?
Yes.
Realistically.
5 seconds, maybe 10. It feels like forever.
In a real conversation, 10 seconds is an eternity. The other person thinks you didn't hear them, or they think you're not interested, or they just move on.
It is exhausting. I'm not joking. After 5 minutes of doing this translation math in my head, I actually get a headache.
Of course you do. Because you're doing double the work. You're speaking 2 languages at once. In your head, you're building a bridge for every single word that goes in and every word that comes out.
So how do we stop? It feels so automatic. I don't know how to turn it off.
You have to stop building the bridge.
Yeah.
You need to create what we call direct association.
Direct association, what's that?
It means you go from the idea or the object straight to the English word. You skip Urdu completely.
Skip Urdu, but that sounds impossible.
Start small. Start with objects around you. Look at a table. Don't think mez, and then translate it to table. Just look at it and force your brain to think the word. Table.
Okay, just table.
Look at a door. Do not think darwaza. Just think. Door. Look at a cup.
Yeah.
Think. Cup.
So I'm relabeling my world directly in English.
Yes. Sida English means socho.
Yeah.
Think directly in English, even if it is just one single word at a time.
Sida English means socho. That's the goal. Get rid of the translation bridge.
Exactly. Because translation is slow, thinking is fast.
Okay, that makes sense. Which brings us to reason number 3. And I have a feeling this one is going to be controversial because it goes against everything we were taught in school.
It does. Reason number 3 is too much grammar focus.
Wait, too much grammar. But aren't we supposed to learn grammar to speak correctly? That's the whole point.
No, we are. Of course, grammar is important.
Right.
But there's a time for grammar, and there's a time for flow. And when you are speaking, thinking about grammar is the enemy of flow.
How can the rules be the enemy? I don't understand.
Because you are actively thinking about the rules while you are trying to have a conversation.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Let's use another analogy. Imagine you are driving a car on a busy road. You need to turn left. Do you start thinking about the engine? Do you think, okay, first, I must rotate the steering wheel precisely 20 degrees. Then, I must apply exactly 5 pounds of pressure to the brake pedal.
No. If I thought about all that, I would definitely crash the car. I just turn.
You just drive. It's automatic.
Yeah.
But when you speak English, you are constantly thinking about the engine.
I am. You're right. I'm thinking, okay, subject first, then the verb. Wait, is this past perfect tense or simple past? Do I use has or have here? Oh, no. Is it he go or he goes?
You are doing a complex math equation in your head for every sentence.
It really does feel like math.
The conversation isn't math. Conversation is like music. It has a rhythm, a flow. And when you stop to check the grammar rules, you break the rhythm. You stop sounding like a person and you start sounding like a robot.
So what's the solution? Should I just ignore all the grammar I learned?
When you are studying alone with a book, learn the grammar. It's good. But the moment you open your mouth to speak to another person, forget it.
Forget the rules.
Forget the rules. Trust your gut. Just let the words come out. Even if the grammar is broken, even if you use the wrong tense, it is much, much better to speak wrong and be understood than to be perfectly correct and silent.
That is actually a huge relief to hear. Rules, gebarmen matsocho. Don't think about the rules when you're speaking.
Rules, gebarmen matsocho. Just drive the car. Don't look at the engine.
Okay, I think I can do that. Now, what about reason number 4? You said this is about what goes into our brains.
Yes. Reason number 4 is lack of input. And more specifically, a lack of listening.
But wait a minute. I read a lot. I read textbooks. I read English news articles on my phone every day.
And reading is great. I'm not saying stop reading, but reading is a visual activity. It's for your eyes.
Okay.
Speaking is an audio activity. It's for your ears. It is all about sound.
That's a very big difference when you put it like that.
It is. And most beginners spend maybe 90% of their study time reading and writing, and only 10% actually listening.
That is 100% true for me. Maybe even less than 10%.
So think about the baby again. How does a baby learn its mother tongue? Does the baby sit down with a grammar book?
No, a baby can't even read.
Does the baby study vocabulary flashcards?
No.
What does the baby do for the first 1 or 2 years of its life?
The baby just listens. It listens to the mother, the father, the TV, everything.
Yes. For 2 years, the baby is flooding its brain with the sounds of the language. It's learning the music, the rhythm, the melody. And then, after all that input, the baby finally starts to speak.
And we're trying to skip that whole listening part. We're trying to speak first.
Exactly. You are trying to output something that you have barely inputted.
Yeah.
You're trying to pronounce words that you have only ever seen with your eyes. You have no idea how they're supposed to sound.
So I just need to listen more. Is that it?
You need to flood your brain with English sounds. Listen to simple podcasts. Watch children's cartoons. Listen to English songs, even if you don't understand every single word.
So it's not about understanding. It's just about hearing the rhythm.
Yes. Sunazarurihe. Listening is essential. Your brain needs to hear the language to be able to produce the language.
Soon as I need to close my eyes and just open my ears more often.
Precisely. And this leads directly to the final reason. Reason number 5. This one is the most physical, the most practical reason of all.
Okay, what is reason number 5?
Reason number 5 is the silent student.
The Silent Student. That sounds like a movie title, but I think it might be my life story.
It's the biography of so many learners. Think about it. You cannot learn to swim by reading a book about water, can you?
No. You have to get in the pool. You have to get wet.
You cannot build big muscles by just reading a magazine about bodybuilding.
You have to actually go to the gym and lift the weights.
And you absolutely cannot learn to speak by remaining silent.
I feel attacked again. But you are so right. I had a realization yesterday. I told myself, I'm going to study English for 1 hour.
That sounds good. Very disciplined.
Yes, but then I looked at what I did. I read for 30 minutes. I did some grammar exercises for 30 minutes. Do you know how many minutes I actually spoke English out loud?
Let me guess. 0.
0. Not one single minute, not one word left my mouth.
And that is the problem right there. Your mouth is a machine. It's made of muscles.
Yeah.
Your tongue, your lips, your jaw, they're all muscles.
I never think of them as muscles.
But they are. And the muscles needed for English sounds are different from the muscles needed for Urdu sounds.
How so? Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about the R sound. In Urdu, the R sound is often a hard rolling sound. But in English, the R is much softer. Or think about the th sound. Think that. We don't really have that exact sound in Urdu.
So my tongue is actually physically weak when it comes to English.
Your tongue is untrained. It has no muscle memory for these new movements. If you don't physically move your mouth and practice these sounds, you will stumble. You will trip over the words, not because you're stupid, but because your mouth is not physically fit for the job.
So what I need is a gym for my mouth.
Yeah. Exactly. Moon ki varzish, mouth exercise. You need to physically practice making the sounds until your tongue gets tired.
Moon ki varzish. I never ever thought about it that way. I always thought speaking was purely a mental thing.
It's very physical. So let's recap. Those are the 5 barriers. Fear, translation, too much grammar focus, lack of listening, and just silence.
Wow. When you list them all like that, one after another, I can see exactly why I'm stuck. I mean, I've been doing all 5 of those things wrong for years.
But there is one more thing. Before we talk about the solution, we have to destroy one big myth, a really big lie that so many learners tell themselves.
What's the lie?
The lie is this: I must speak perfectly to be understood.
Oh, but isn't that kind of true? I mean, if I speak bad, broken English, won't people get confused or laugh at me?
Absolutely not. That is a myth. The goal of language is not perfection. The goal of language is connection.
Connection.
Let me ask you a question. Imagine a foreigner comes to your city, a tourist, maybe from America, and they try to speak Urdu to you, and they say something broken like main, mangta.
I water want. Okay.
The grammar is wrong. The gender is wrong. It is completely broken. Urdu. What do? Do you laugh at them? Do you correct them?
No, of course not. I understand immediately what they want. They're thirsty. I help them get some water. I actually feel happy that they're making an effort to speak my language.
Exactly. You connect with them. You help them. You don't judge their grammar. So why do you think other people will be so mean to you?
I don't know. I guess I just assume they'll judge me, that they'll think I'm uneducated.
Most people are kind. If you say, I yesterday, go dot shop, the grammar is wrong. But does the other person understand what you mean?
Yes, of course. They know I went to the shop yesterday.
That is a success. That is communication. You connected your idea to their brain. Job done.
So I don't need to worry about using the perfect tense or the right preposition?
No. In fact, even native speakers, people born in England or America, they make mistakes all the time. They use slang. They speak in broken sentences. They do not speak like a grammar textbook.
So I'm trying to be more perfect than a native speaker.
Yes. You are holding yourself to this impossible, imaginary standard of perfection. You need to stop trying to be perfect. Just try to be clear.
So what's the big takeaway here?
Baat samjhana zaruri hai. Grammar boss nahi. Making the other person understand is what's important. Grammar is not the boss.
Grammar boss nahi hai. I love that. I am the boss. The grammar is just a tool that works for me.
You are the boss.
Okay. This honestly makes me feel so much lighter. I feel like a huge weight has just been lifted off my shoulders. I understand the problem. I understand the fear. But now I need a plan.
You need a daily action plan.
Yes. What do I do today? When this show ends, what is the first thing I should do? I don't have English-speaking friends. I can't just move to America. How do I fix this from my own home?
I am going to give you a very, very simple plan. It only has 2 steps.
Only 2. I like that.
Only 2. We have to keep it simple so you will actually do it. Step 1. For now, stop focusing on complex grammar books.
So put the books away.
Just for a little while. If looking at that big grammar book gives you stress, put it in a drawer. Hide it. You already know enough rules. You don't need more rules right now. You need practice.
Okay. Step 1. No more rules for now. What's step 2?
Step 2 is what I call the 1-minute rule.
The 1-minute rule. Okay, what is that?
Every single day, without fail, you must speak English out loud for 1 minute.
Speak to who? I told you, I'm shy. I don't have anyone to practice with.
Speak to yourself. Speak to the wall. Or even better, speak to the mirror.
To the mirror.
Yes. Shishikisane bolo. Speak in front of the mirror.
Why the mirror specifically?
2 reasons. First, there is 0 fear. The mirror will not laugh at you. The mirror will not judge you. You are completely alone.
It's a safe space.
It's the safest space. And second, you physically see your mouth moving. You see yourself speaking English. This builds confidence. It slowly tricks your brain into believing, hey, look at me. I am an English speaker.
That's powerful. So what do I talk about for this 1 minute? I'll run out of things to say.
Anything. Just narrate your life. Be a commentator for your own actions. Say, I am making tea. The water is hot. Now I am looking for the cup.
Or I am sitting in the chair. I am listening to a deep dive.
Perfect.
Ugh.
Simple, basic sentences. You are not trying to be Shakespeare. You are just trying to move the muscles of your mouth.
And what if I make a mistake while I'm talking to the mirror?
Who cares? No one heard you. Just keep going. The goal is not to be correct. The goal is to keep talking for the full minute. Tutti frutti English chalegi. Broken English is perfectly fine.
Tutti frutti English chalegi. Just keep the mouth moving. That's the only goal.
Yes. If you do this for just 1 minute every single day, I promise you, your tongue will get stronger, your fear will get smaller, and one day, in a real conversation, the words will just come out without you even thinking.
It sounds so simple, but I can really see why it would work. It attacks both the fear and the silence at the exact same time.
It works. You just have to do it.
This has been a true deep dive. I feel like I understand my own brain and my own fears so much better now.
And that is the goal. Remember, it's not about talent. It was never about talent. It's about having the right method.
And it's about breaking that silence.
Yes. The silence is only broken by the first sound. You have to be the one to make that first sound.
So, to everyone listening right now, if you have been feeling stuck, if you have been scared, we hope this has given you the permission you needed to just open your mouth.
Do not wait to be perfect. Speak now, be perfect later.
Speak now, be perfect later.
Abhi bolo badminti karo.
Happy Bolfat Mampinti Karo. Thank you for listening. Now go find a mirror and start talking.
Goodbye and good luck.